All right. All right. Anybody work this out?
Then get A.
Who can work this out with a calculator real fast? Well, I don't even know who have calculator and a calculator anymore.
Sir, 9.13 13.
All right, how do you work out 15? Any ideas?
No, don't.
All right.
Sir, I think we did this Saturday.
Oh yes, yes, yes. I guess some persons were not here, so you know we will quite a I think quite a few questions I would have covered for persons you know, but I guess not everybody comes to all of the classes. But you know, whilst we're on this, it says an employee earns what? $85.36 per hour for the first what? 40 hours. All right. And time and a half or 1.5 times this hourly rate for any additional hours work over the 40. That's not come like overtime pay, not true? So basically, if you work beyond 40 hours, you'll get 1.5 times this rate. So the question says, how much will an employee earn for working 52 hours? All right. So, I mean, 52 hours. Well, what am I saying? The first 40 is a standard rate, not true? And then the remaining what? You're going to have a remaining what? 12 hours. So that remaining 12 hours would be what? Hours that you work what? Overtime. Agree? So for the regular 40 hours that you work, how much hours you work per, sorry, how much money you work per hour? It's $85.36. So if you want to know what my wage is for that 40 hours, all right, it will be 40 times the rate, which is what? $85.36. All right. What's 40 times $85.36? So what we're doing, we're working out the regular money that the person worked for the week. I guess you're allowed to use your calculator. I mean, since it's just an hours class and time is going, you know, and assuming that you guys can multiply these two numbers, hopefully.
$3,414.04.
Come again. Come again.
$3,414.04.
4 cents or 40 cents?
Four missing.
So so if it's 4, it will be 40. So 3414. All right. So it's 3414. 3414. Right. And then that will be 40. Right. So this is what the person earns in a regular 1 week. But then no, him work overtime for 12 hours. So what I'm saying now, them say for overtime, you get more, not true? So it's gonna be 1.5 times the regular rate, which is $85.36. And then you have to multiply it now by how much hours you work, not true? Which is what? 12. All right. And then multiply all those numbers now. And tell me what you get. You can post in the chat.
1,004.
1,004?
$1,536.48.
1,536.
44?
48. 48. All right. Okay. So this money is what? Overtime money, not true?
Overtime.
So if you want to know, right? So if you want to know how much money in all what you get, you have to add up what? Those two values, that's true. All right. All right. I hear Miss Campbell saying C. All right. Is it C? All right, Nikita is also saying C. So C is the answer. Class, would you agree with me? There's a lot of working out. You think you could do this without a calculator in 2 minutes? This is a lot of working out, you know. A whole heap of working out this. And then now you have to know, so boy, remember saying, is it 12? The 12, how we got the 12 is to subtract what? The 40 regular
And the
hours from the
52.
52. So yet at the same time, you have to know exactly what you're doing and to be able to do it without a calculator accurately. All right. Okay. All right. Any questions about this? This question here? All right. No. All right. Let's trot along. Let's see where it takes us. Do I have to really go through fractions? You guys should be able to do
Awesome.
fractions. Almost kind of fractions. Let me ask a simple question. How do you work out 19? What would you do? Would you add those two numbers? Would you multiply those two numbers? Would you subtract those two numbers, or would you divide those two those two fractions? Sorry.
Sorry, that's subtract.
Mhm.
I said no.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just acknowledging your answer. Anybody else? You know, so sometimes, you know, it's when we talk as people, when we talk in our own language, we understand, you know. But when time we see the same thing on paper, we wonder what's happening. All right, let me ask a question. Suppose we tell us here, say, we own 10 acres of farmland. Just come to you and tell us, boy, you know something, sir? Own 10 acres of land. And suppose we tell you, suppose we just say, you know something? You know, sir, half of the land when we own, I am going to plant cane. Yeah. All right. Half of the land what me have, I'm gonna use that plant cane. How much land me I gonna use to plant the cane, class? What's the answer?
I go multiply.
Yeah, it will be half of 10, which is what? 5. Not true. But suppose I never said 10 acres. Suppose I use that as a fraction, like I said, 2/3. You'd still what? Multiply, not true?
Okay.
Yeah, man. We must say, you know, we must say 2/3 or quarter off. All right. So another key word is what?
Off.
Off. So that means.
Where that the off day.
Well, when you see the word off, it means what? Times, not true. So you could use that. So you tell me now, what is the answer when you multiply these two values here?
23 one time, 22 one time, 28 4 times. So 2, 2, 1, 2. Oh no, 1 up at top and 28 4 times, 4 times 1 4. So 1/4.
Quarter, not true? Because them the two cancel, not true? And then that will give us what? 4. All right. So a simple question, not true? But sometimes when we see questions on paper and they don't look like normal thing, they look like regular numbers we can relate to, it's a problem, you know. But I'm sure if somebody come to you and say, boy, you know, some my uncle have 10 acres of land, a country, and you know, say, I'm gonna say half of it, I'm gonna use half of it and plant cane. So, half of 10 is 5. So it's the same idea. for this one. So this question wants you to know whether you should add, subtract, multiply, or divide. How do you work out 22?
So first, when I turn them in a improper fraction, so easier.
Okay.
And then make times again.
Hold on, man. Read the question carefully, you know. Read the question carefully.
Sorry, that divide.
You know, but a 3 fraction. And you know, so if we come to you and say something like me just like take out the fractions and just put in some regular something, you're gonna realize about, oh, read it again, man. Read it again.
Is either divide or you go subtract, one of them.
Anybody else? Well, you're not gonna divide. What does this mean? What is happening?
Third, I'm gonna take off some.
Exactly. So basically, I mean, let us say, Marina, this is length, not true? For material. All right. When they get the material, what them do the material when somebody come and buy something? Then cut it off, not true? So it get what? It gets shorter, not true? So you cut off this piece for one customer, and then for what? Another customer you cut off what? One next piece. So it's like you're gonna subtract the 7.5 from the 19.25, and then you're gonna also subtract 5 3/4 from whatever left back. All right. So let us say the quarter wasn't there and the half wasn't there, and let us say, you know, we have 19 yard of material, and then one of you girls come on and purchase 7 yards. So it's a 7 from 19 out of the 19 when we buy, not true? Which is what? And that's what, 12?
Yes, sir.
So 12 yard left, and then one next customer come now and what? And buy and cut off one next piece, not true? Yeah, man. So that will give us 7. All right. But guess what? You have to do that now in terms, work this out in terms of what? Fractions. What you could also do is to add these two and then subtract it from 19.25. Yeah, you could have do that. I think that's kind of easier. All right. All right. So you see all the questions I'm set up though. Yeah, man. So yes, boy, you can boy a multiple choice, and you can reason this out in some serious what problem. All right. Okay, look at 23. How do we work this out now? What do we do?
Third division first.
We have to do bad mass, not true? Or PEMDAS. All right. And bad mass, PEM, all of them say you have to do what? Divide first. All right. So you do that now. What's 8 into 48?
6.
6. right? So it's 16 plus 6 times 2. All right. What next are we going to do?
Multiply 6 times 2.
We have to multiply, not true? So 6 twos is what? 12. All right. And then we'll get what? 28. That one was pretty simple. But remember, you have to use the rule, BODMAS or PEMDAS. All right. All right. All right. How do you work out this question? Okay, Nicola says A.
Sir, no, let me say. I did long time that day.
Oh,
Sir, you go have 27 over 100 times 22,000.
right. You're just gonna find 27% of what? 22,000.
22,000.
Yeah. And you know, so boy, and you know, so 27% is 27 over what? 100, right? And when you times it by this now, you know, so boy, you know, you have 20 down there, so that the 20 cancel out. So all you multiply the 220 times what? The 27, and I use that. Easy as that. That one is so bad.
5,940.
All right. What you got?
5,940.
5,940. All right, cool. All right, so this one is talking about compound interest. Compound interest means what? You keep on
Reduce.
adding, but here we're going to know, here we're going. So I need to say something to you now. How we teach compound interest in the CXC syllabus is different from how City and Guilds teach compound interest. All right. All right. Let me tell you how City and Guilds compound interest. It's actually called simple compound interest. Let me tell you how. All right. Let me tell you how CXC asks us to teach it. So what happened is that what you're going to do, right? So it's 2 years. So you have year one. So in year one, what to do? You find 3.5% of 45,000. All right. No, 3.5% of 45. Can somebody compute that for me, please? I'm giving you permission to use a calculator. 3.5% of 45,000.
1,575.
1,575. All right. Now, at the end of year one, this amount of money will grow up on the what? The 45,000. So at the start of year two, how much money you have in the bank? You're gonna have 45,000 plus the 1,000 what? 575. All right. So at the start of year one, you feel boasting, you know, because you have more money. So you have actually what is it now? Fifth. What's the sum of this?
46. 575.
46,575.
575.
All right. So at the start of year one, you feel bossy because you have this now, not true? And then no, at the end of year two, sorry, this should be, that's not year one. At the start of year two, you feel bossy and you have 46 grand. But then no, year two elapses. And what happened is that we find 3.5% now, because we want to know how much money you have the bank at the end of year two. We find 3.5% of where you start off with in a year two, which is 46, that's true. 46,575. And whatever you get, what is that, by the way, class? What is
$1,630.
all right. I want you to add $1,630 plus 46,575 and tell me what you get.
$48,205.125.
48,000.
205.125.
0.125. Right. So if you notice that that answer is almost there, not true? Because it should actually be 1.3, not true? Because if you get 1.2125, it will actually be 1.3. All right. Now, as I was saying in the class, this is not how they want you to work it out. You follow? Let me show you how City and Guilds actually work out these questions. So what happened is that in year one, you see, let me tell you them do it. By the way, the answer should have been the correct answer should have been there, not true? If that is how they would want you to work it out, 1.3, but it's not there. What they do, you see, in year one, what they do is to find 3.5% of $45,000. All right. What is 3.5% of 45,000? I think we worked it already. What is it?
I did 1,575.
1,575. All right. So you are going to know. In year one, $1,575 will grow on the 45,000. And guess what you think them do now? Guess what you think them do now? In year two, to find out how much money grow up on the money, what them do, they go back to the 45,000 and find 3.5% of 45,000, which is the same what? 1,575. So in each year, the same amount of money what? Grows on the 45,000. All right. Now, what is 1,575 plus 1,575?
150.
$3,150.
3,150. Not true. All right. All right. So in the 2 year, this interest would have grown. Not true. So guess what you think you're gonna do? You're gonna add the 45,000 plus the 3,150. All right, which is what?
48,150.
You see? You saw them do it? See if I'm gonna do it.
So I got to answer the day.
No, what I'm saying is a City and Guilds, them doing something called simple compound interest.
Okay.
They don't do it like how we do it.
TXE complicated.
Right, right. Well, all you have to do, just find 3.5% of 45,000. What?
Add it back.
Right, because of 2, you just times it by 2 and just add it to it. Straightforward. It's actually less work. All right. Any questions about the following? All right. I have 10 more minutes. Let me see if I can I like the question here. Look at this.
Me never get one question like this yet. Cause me they look for it total money when she have and this never work out. And that me want to know, that me always a look for your salary and can't find it. So me just leave it.
Oh.
Because our salary not supposed to be our total salary where she a pick.
Let me see. The newspaper
So
article.
me honestly want to see if it work out this.
Newspaper. $350 for salary on rent. 25% of her salary on food. How much did she spend?
Is either you go use the answer them.
All right, may I ask a question? Suppose me tell you say half of what me earn, me spend on food. All right, forget this question. Listen to what Sir is saying. Suppose me tell you say half of what me make a green pan, me spend on food, right? I'm gonna tell you say me spend 30 grand on food. What is my salary?
60.
Aye, what you know? Isn't 25% a quarter?
One third.
Yeah, 25%
Quarter.
a quarter, So if it is a quarter of my salary is 2,500. Sorry, if I tell you that I spend quarter of my money on food and food costs 2,500, what is my salary?
Can I help her that one day? I
All
cannot
right,
help you.
if I say half is 50%, And then to get my salary, what do? I times it by what? 2. So what is 25% of my salary? It's a quarter, so I multiply it by what? by 4. You all see that? What's 4 times 2,500? 10 grand. All right, what is quarter of 10 grand? 2,500. You all see that? So my salary is what? 10,000. All right.
Sir, but
You guys understand the logic?
no, I want 3/5 in there.
Hmm?
But I'm
Um,
3/5.
Well, you're gonna say 3/5 no. All right. 3/5 of our weekly salary is on rent. So if you want to know how much rent you pay, you find 3/5 of the 10,000. Because of the 10,000, I gotta take out of the rent. The 10,000 is a salary, you know. So what's 5 into 5? 1. 5 into 10 goes what? 2. Bring up them there. What's 3 times 2,000?
6,000.
Yes, Nikela, we're gonna multiply the 3/5 by the 10,000 because, right. But the trick is to use that little something here. Them say quarter. I know say if them say half, you know, easy, can just times this by 2, not true. But them say quarter, no, you times it by what? 4. Quarter of your salary going to food. How much you pay for food? 2,500. So therefore, to find out your salary, just times this by what? By 4. All right. All right. That was a good one. I'm happy I came across this question here. All right. Let me see if I can do a little table before I go. Some big table. What is this place there? All right, let's look at this table here. It says the line graph shows average monthly temperatures over a 1-year period in one of the Caribbean islands. From May to August, the temperatures in the island may best be described as. So they wanted to look at this line graph and see which one is does it describe it the best.
Sir, D as in dog. D as in dog.
All right, that's between what? From May. So May, this is May, and this is August. So they're looking at this part here. All right. It is increasing steadily. Would you agree? Yeah. It's just it's going up, you know, it's going up steadily. Yeah, man, it's correct. So what do you look for May and August and see how the line operates? So if it is going up, it is increasing. If it is going down, it is what? Decreasing. If it stays flat, it remains what? Constant. All right. Are we clear on that one? That one's pretty straightforward.
Yes.
All right, look at this one. So the chart shows the actual, listen carefully, the actual and predicted sales for 6 months at a retail outlet store. In which month was the prediction about sales most accurate? Okay, Nikela is saying November. Okay, Nikela, why is it November?
Sir, because the actual and the predicted sales are on the same level.
Yeah. Because basically, well, they have to predict sales first. But sometimes when you predict the sales, you might go so you might get more sales or you get less or it even out. And I guess if it is on the same level, it means that what your prediction were accurate. All right. Can somebody tell me what happened in July? What happened in July?
Sir, what they predicted never really match up to the actual budget or actual sales.
It was more or less. Was it more or was it less?
More.
It was more. So in July, they predicted that they're gonna make $80,000. All right, but in truth, they made more than 80. All right, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Look at this question. Tell us, Mr. Then sitting this question. The man has some tables, man. Some charts. I want to where they get in chart from. But look at this and tell me what you think. All right. Makes sense, don't you? You realize that this table is just so complicated with all sorts of information. So you have a classification of tornadoes, and in each classification they give you a speed range of the tornado. All right, and then you have these damages. The question says, which intensity have a wind speed of what? 146. So I guess F2, 146 lies within what? F2. So F2 is our answer. Yet again, that was pretty simple and pretty straightforward. All right. Any questions? All right. Let me see if I can. I've been on this paper forever. Let me see if I can just find a quick one. Look at 55. How do you work out 55? Come again. You're breaking up. All right. So anybody knows what to do?
Yes, sir.
Tell me what you gotta do.
Sir, you go look on the score them and you go look for number them go lie between the interval 71, 75.
All right, yeah, that's basically what you're gonna do. Do you include 71 and 75?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because when it says interval, you include them, right? So if I were like you and you were in the exam, all right, you can mark on the paper, you know. So 71. So you go across. So this is not true.
Make it.
That one is also in there, not true. This one. Yeah, me add them 10. I'm gonna take no matter, you know. That one, not true.
Yes, sir.
72. 74. That's it, not true. So
Yeah.
we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. And notice your mark each time you go, you mark it. All right, guys, before I go, say, let me just show you something. I think I probably showed some of you already. You see, in the instruction, it says you must use where must use one pen. Yeah, and a pencil you use, and the pen has to be what, black or blue, so no green or red or pink or whatever. Watch out now. Let me show you something. So the CXC multiple choice set up different from this. Now you notice under each response you have cancel. So basically, suppose you're shading A, right? And you say, boy, I don't think of A, you know. Because you're using a pen, you can't erase it. So what you're going to have to use, you take your pen on what? And shading what? Cancel. You know what I mean? It means you cancel out the response that you made, A. And let's say you say C are the answer now. So then you go ahead and select C.
But sir,
Hmm?
suppose you change your mind and want to put it back to A.
you know, so that I'm not gonna say, why? I tell you the truth, I don't know. I don't know. Honest to God. Probably if I ask the examiner. You know, I was just thinking about it. Suppose you say A, and then I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. What would you do?
I don't know. I think me that mark one.
Just mark on it, not true. Mark on it and say, yeah, me change my mind. But that means, you know, hold on. If
I ask one next paper. Can I get one next paper?
But guess what, no? You see, if I could change C, you have to go cancel. You have to go mark cancel as a two, you know. Well, I don't know. I don't know. All right, tell you what,
One next paper.
let us do let us look at this question. Let's look at this question and call it a night. All right. So tomorrow night I'll do our next 1 hour. What, tomorrow, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and that will be the final hour. All right, look at this and tell me what are your thoughts? Let me encourage you guys to watch the recordings. You know, really good questions. Why I tell people to come in 7:30 and when I'm almost up, everybody will come. What you guys do on the road them hours if I come in hours? I don't know. All right. So Nikita said this is confusing.
Sir, me that pick 3
Yes, sir.
o'clock and 5 o'clock.
Say it again.
No, that wrong. I would have somewhere we match up with the 160 or 120, which no 12 not the fi answer. Sorry, may I go with 1 and 3.
Between 1 o'clock and okay, I'm seeing some responses from Campbell. All right, and Nikita. All right, I guess probably the best way of doing this is try to understand what the graph is actually saying. All right, so basically, okay. All right, so this is kilometers, right? So this basically saying this is the distance traveled and this is the time taken. So it's a distance time graph. All right. All right, now, do you know what this means? Let me tell you what this means. Right here, that little segment there. It means, by the way, it's a lorry, it's like a truck. All right. It means that the truck leave town A, let's call it town A, TA. What time the truck leave town A? 9 o'clock. All right. So the truck leave town A at 9 o'clock. And in 1 hour time, the truck would have traveled what? 80
kilometers.
Right. So between 0 and 8, 0 and 80 is 80. All right. So they want to know the furthest distance between them time, you know. So I said, all right, let me check. Let me check between 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock. So this is 9 o'clock. This is 11 o'clock. So 11 o'clock is right there. By the way, there's no difference between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock, you know. You all see that? Because guess what? Between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock, what the trucker do? The man drop asleep and park it somewhere. You see that? So 9 o'clock, he might drive. 10 o'clock now, him stop somewhere. All right, probably gas station. But as he stops, what continues? Time, not true. If you walk go school, right? If you walk go maths class and you just have to stop and I talk to your friend, your distance that you walk into maths class ends, but what continues? Your time. Time will not waste. Not true. And then also watch out. 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock. So between 9 and 11, the distance the lorry travel is what? 80. So that's 80. 80 kilometers. All right. So let's go again. Between 11 and 1 o'clock. 11 and 1 o'clock. All right. So 1 o'clock. So that's 160. And this is also 80, but 80 to 160 is 80 from 160, which is also what? 80, not true. So between 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock, it's also what? It also travels what? 80 kilometers. All right. Are you guys understanding what to do? And then no, between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock, so this is 1 o'clock. And this is 3 o'clock. So 1 o'clock is 160. 3 o'clock is about 120. So 120 from 160 is what? What about 40, not true? All right. And then the last one now, which I think is the answer. This is between 3 o'clock. That's 3 o'clock, 1:20. And what? 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock it goes to what? To 0. So 1:20 to 0 is what? Is 1:20, not true? All right. So therefore, so D is the answer. Because
Okay.
because it travels the furthest. It travels what? 100 and what? 20
20.
kilometers. All right. And that's how you work it. All right. Pretty interesting, not true? All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, or whoever. Yeah, man, that one I can, that's why I come to maths class, not true? To learn, not true? All right. All right, guys. So that's it from me. Any questions? Oh, you understand here now. All right, so I'll see you guys. Yeah, man. Good night. Good night. Let's try lock off the recording. I don't know if we do. All right, so I'll see you guys. All right. Bye-bye.